She want to get it all back. He wanna get it all back.
All right, welcome into the show. It's 8:05 in the morning. We are the guys on Superstation 101, and we got a whole studio full of guys, half of them named Russell.
It's fantastic. It is a good day to be Russell. We are joined by our buddy David Self from Grabow Outdoors, as we are each and every Tuesday at this time, and he brings in great colleagues and friends, experts when it comes to all things outdoors. Today we're talking turkey hunting. We're joined by Russell Knight Sr., an avid devotee to the hunting experience. Russell Knight Sr. Russell,
Yes,
hello
sir.
to you.
Good morning.
And we got another fellow named Russell Knight Jr. We're happy to have you here. Quite the avid hunter yourself.
Good to be here, yes, sir.
Welcome. On the line, we've got Eddie Salter, who's been with us before. Welcome back to the show, Eddie.
There he is.
And today we're talking turkey.
We are talking turkey. And, of course, David South. How you doing, Dave?
Good morning. Gobble, gobble, everybody.
There
Good
you
to
go.
see you, buddy.
It's good to see you. It's getting that time of year.
We got a lot of Russells in here, and it is this time of year. This is a perfect hunting day, and this is kind of what you would want. I mean, isn't it quiet
Yeah.
for you to sneak around? Got a little overcast, got a little drizzle going on.
It ain't much wind in here. Is it?
No, it's not windy. Yeah, that's good.
As a turkey hunter, though, you don't want these days. These turkeys don't gobble good on these days. Now, as far as sneaking up on one, it's a good day for it. But calling one in, you want a little bit more prettier. You want the sun to be popping out.
Ah, okay. So I didn't know that. So they don't gobble as much when it's kind of overcast and nasty, huh?
No, sir. No, sir. They tend to stick to fields and preen their feathers, stay dry,
I
try to
got
keep
you.
dry.
I got you.
See, they're already pros.
See, they're already teaching
You
me
know?
something.
That's awfully good. See, now this is what I like, because normally, Jim, we'll take 17 callers
Yeah,
named Jim.
right.
We never get another Russell.
know, we got
But
three.
today we got two of them in studio, plus me, plus Eddie on the line. Our buddy David is here. So, Eddie, let's begin with you. I am a novice, no doubt about it. If I wanted to get started with turkey hunting, where do I begin? Get me started. What do I need? What are the basics, and how do I begin?
Well, one thing about it, and I ain't trying to, kick off the promotions, but, hey, I'm going to be at Grabow's Friday, and we're going to be doing some work classes right there. And I recommend going to a seminar or go talk to other turkey hunters and pick their brain and find out what call, and really let them show me a few techniques on how to use the call and explain what the call is making. Do you tell that turkey you love him, or what does this call mean? And, you got to figure out how to get in that gobbler's brain, and the best way to do it is talk to experienced turkey hunters or somebody that's been doing that can give you the best advice in the world to, talk to a guy straight up, or either get you a instructional VCR or DVD now, and or go to YouTube. There's a lot of things on YouTube, but my best advice is come to a turkey promotion and look at the hunters, the professionals one-on-one, and ask questions.
Now, you are the guy to talk to, because looking here at your list of accomplishments,
Check him out.
It's amazing. You began participating in competitive turkey calling, and you've got a long list of titles. You've got 7 Southeastern Open Turkey Calling Championships, 6 Alabama State Championships, and 2 World Open Championships. What's the key to your success?
Well, the key was that I love turkey hunting,
Yeah.
and I wanted to be able to be to be the best I could be. And these contests, I was real lucky to be involved in them, and I won several. But that didn't mean that I could go out and kill turkeys, and that was my whole ambition, was to try to better myself. If I felt like if I could be a better caller, for competition wise, certainly I thought it might help me in the woods, and it really has. I think, a lot of guys says, well, calling is not that much, but I beg the difference. I think the better you can call and the more you understand what call you're making and at the time you're making is real critical. But, I think the success, my success has been that I love turkeys. I love to hear that. It just gets awesome when I get out there, and he gets close enough. Sometimes he gets behind a bush and you can't see him, and you'll hear him go. He'll be drumming to try to drum that hen up. He's telling that hen when he gobbles, hey, I'm over here, come see me. And, he's been waiting 10 months for this wonderful thing to happen. It's called sex. And it don't happen to him but a couple months out of the year. And that's what gets that old gobbler charged up and makes him gobble, telling the hens, hey, I'm over here. Every one of y'all come see me.
This old gobbler gets
if you
charged
thought
up the
about
same
it real
way.
hard, if we had to wait 10 months, we'd probably be gobbling too when it come that time.
Yeah, I think we would. You ain't got one of them calls, do you? Hey, no, I am in. I've never been a turkey hunter, and I've been around some turkey hunters, and they are so passionate about what they do. It's like every other hunting goes to the side when they start talking turkey hunting. And I recently was deer hunting in the woods, and there were there were 3 turkeys that came up this holler I was on. We know what a holler is, don't we?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and they come up this little holler, and I heard them, way before I saw them, and they weren't gobbling; they were just moving through the leaves, right? And so I thought it may be a buck or something sneaking on in. So I'm sitting there, and I'm semi camoed up, kind of halfway there, and man, I was shocked because I had my 30-30, right, and I know it's illegal to shoot the turkey, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But anyway,
Oh yeah.
so
You have a hot mic, just so you know. We're on the air. You're broadcasting.
he come, and I was just pretending as though if I'd had a shotgun, if I'd had the shot, because he was about 60 yards out. And as soon as I moved, that thing spotted me. I'm talking about, I didn't even move a millimeter. And that dude spotted me, and I mean, he was gone. And I don't know, I know you guys have seen it, but man, a turkey can move on the ground, can't they?
Yes.
And they duck and weave as they moving.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, not that I fired off a few rounds of 30-30s. I'm just saying. Eddie, do you have to really, when it comes to your camouflage and being able to be unseen, I guess that's a whole new level as opposed to like deer hunting or any other type of hunting. You really have to watch and make sure that you are well covered. Is that right?
It is. One thing that you got to look at, everything's been trying to, eat that turkey up even before he comes out of the egg. A lot of times snakes will come along the ground, or coons and possums, but when he hatches off, it's 10 days or so before he can fly up in a tree. And I mean, they're pretty easy, meals right there for a lot of predators. And then as they grow up, everything's been after them, and that's why the least little bit of movement, even if you're in a tree stand or if you're on the ground, that turkey thinks that something's getting after him to try to eat him up, and you got to realize you are in his living room, and that's where camouflage is really important. Now you can move, but you kind of got to wait, and pick your times to move. Like if he walks behind a tree. And that's why, really, we in the last, I think, 7-8 years, we've got where we were able to use decoys here in Alabama, and that helps you out a lot, especially for beginner hunters. Or I'd say get you a hen decoy and a jake decoy, especially if you're hunting around fields, and that'll help you more than anything else. Get away with a little bit of movement because that turkey's eyes will be drawn on that decoy.
Okay.
And it's just that everything's been after that turkey, and at least a little bit of movement. He don't stick around and ask questions.
No, they got pretty good eyesight, too.
It keeps them alive, yeah.
Got a head on a swivel.
It is 8:14 here on the Guys. Grabow Outdoors each and every Tuesday beginning at 8. And we're talking with Turkey Man Eddie Salter. Eddie, let me get this from you because, you think about that mankind, we've been hunting for thousands of years. But you think of new technologies, new products, new innovations. I mean, just the fact that with social media as it is, that you are a hashtag Turkey Man.
Turkey Man.
I think it's pretty good.
How do you beat that?
What are some of the newest innovations that are out there that we need to be looking at if we're really wanting to take our hunting to the next level when it comes to turkey hunting? What are some products we need to be looking for?
Well, one thing, and definitely, I think it starts with equipment. And, as older, I'm actually got to be, an old gray-headed man now. And the one thing that's, and it's not new, but a lot of hunters are not really aware of it is, and they ought to be, it's because their eyesight is really falling. And I recommend like a little red dot scope that can go on your gun. Or, if you get that turkey, if you're fortunate enough to call him up there, me able to close the deal and being able to take that shot and make that shot count. It's helped me the last couple of years, and that's one thing that I really look at as hunters, especially with getting a little age on them, they ought to look at something that, is a piece of equipment and a little old scope on the gun, have some identify the target. And one thing, too, most of them's got that little round ring and a little red dot, and you can cant your gun one way or the other. As long as you got that red dot on it, you don't have to have your head completely down on the gun. In your shotgun shells, you need to guys ought to go out there, and they constantly getting better with the shotgun shells. I mean, looking at it 30 years ago compared to today, it's just each year seems like they've improved the performance of the shell. So really be able to pull a shot off, calling a turkey up may not be as hard as we think that, it is to do, but to be able to close the deal a lot of times, just as simple as a good shotgun shell.
Yeah, and are you I guess, is it 12 gauge mags, what most of y'all shoot? Or?
Yes, sir.
Well, we a lot of us nowadays, they've got these shots, these like a 20 gauge. These shells are, and the chokes at the end, looking at the chokes, they worked on them, and the performance of the guns is just so much better. But really, it's a lot of guys that are going to a 20 gauge now. So
really?
It's really, you're looking at 12s, or I'm going to say 75% of the guys are still 12 gauge, and a lot of the guys are 3.5, and it's not as much 10 gauge as it used to be. But it kind of varies. But 20 gauge is just as deadly at a 40 yards right now as a 12 gauge. And but one other thing, jumping to another level. Now we got a brand new call this year coming out with Flexstone. It's called a spit and drum call, which has never been out before until this year. And what that does is that if you got an old turkey hung up out there and he won't, he's kind of hesitant to come in, and maybe you got a decoy and he sees the decoy, but he's really not convinced. But he hears that other turkey drumming. That kind of works as you got two things working for you. You got the sight and you got the ear. So it's a deadly combination. So that's something that's new on the market right there. Check it out. Spit and drum call from Flexstone.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Russells, y'all. Can I just call y'all the Russells?
Yeah, you can.
Y'all do a lot of calling. Y'all are experts in the calling arena, right?
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but
let's call you an expert.
Yeah.
For today, you
other
are.
I
Russell.
appreciate it. Yeah. I'm a real aggressive type caller. I kind of let that hen dictate, what to say, when to say it,
Okay.
or the gobbler as well. But far cry shy of an expert, but
Yeah.
I can talk to them.
I got you. Well, that's just amazing. I love the thoughts of being able to be in the woods and call stuff up like that.
Yes.
Because, back in the day, Eddie, as close as I got, as far as using sounds to bring things in, you remember the old school, did y'all ever do either crow hunting?
Yeah.
I know
Oh,
that
yeah.
sounds stupid. But we had cassette tapes back in the day of crows and hawks getting after it.
Yes, sir.
And, man, you'd go out there with your boom box, and you'd set that baby up. And, I
Here
mean,
they
they would
come.
flood in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
I mean, they would just flood in, and like we'd set up about 4 shooters, and we'd count down, and jump up with our 12 gauge.
Take
and
'em.
just start blowing. Blue Jays as well, of course, would show up for that one. But,
We're talking to turkey today. Turkey hunting, Grabow Outdoors. They are your destination for all that you need this time of year. How about you go see them today? Open 9 till 6, Monday through Saturday. Their phone number, 314-8997. That's 314-8997. Easy to find. Grabow Outdoors in Fultondale, I-65. Take exit 265B just up there on the hill of Highway 31. So go by and see them. So hang on. We're coming right back. If you got questions for any of the guys, we're happy to take your call at 941-1011 as we continue with Grabow, I can do it, Outdoors on Superstation 101 WYDE.
and 8:22 in the morning. We're so excited. We got Grabow Outdoors in the studio. We got Russell Jr., Russell Sr. They're, I don't know, they don't want to be called experts, but they're avid turkey hunters. How about that one? Does that work?
You're close there. You're more
And
close
of course, we got
proximity.
David South in.
Good morning.
Good to see you, Dave.
Good to see you,
You
too,
think
Jim.
of turkey calls. I guess the equivalent for me would be a barbecue call. And that's what we have coming up. That's what we have coming up on Friday, this indoor demo. Tell me about what you have planned at Grabow Outdoors, David.
Yeah, this Friday, it's kind of a preseason kickoff for, amateurs, novice, experts. If you want to come by, talk turkey, we'll have pro staff members from Night and Hale Game Calls.
Nice.
We'll be there. Russell, Jr. and Senior Russell Night Hunting Products. They've created this awesome, really tremendous hands-free turkey vest. So turkey hunters know that part of being able to harvest a gobber is having your hands free. So if you're running a slate call, it requires 2 hands. If you're running a box call, but some people run a mouth call, so it frees your hands up. But if you're not skilled enough to run a mouth call and to make the appropriate sounds and not sound like a dog that's been hit, which is prone to do, or your grandma's squeaky door.
Exactly.
So if you've not mastered the mouth call, you're left with option of slate, crystal, glass, aluminum, or box call or a push call. So being able to have your hands free to have it on the gun is essential to being able to harvest a turkey.
That's a great point, because I was thinking that during the break. Is like, I don't know how you do the call and then have to make the move to the gun when the turkey shows up.
A lot of
and
hunters
for
get
that
busted.
turkey not to see you.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that rascal can see. I'm telling you, that turkey was a long way from me, and I was all the way across the holler. And, I mean, he spotted me. I didn't even move an inch, and he was all over me.
Well,
I mean, his head went right to me, and he took off.
Well, that's what Russell has. Is from a hunter's point of view, he has hunted enough to know when he's been, the quote term, busted. He's been caught moving.
Yeah.
So if you can take that out of the equation, your successes to harvest a bird will be increased.
Exactly.
And the turkey vest it has a system that holds the stock of the gun in the shoulder straps of the gun, and it has a knee piece that holds it. So when you're sitting up against a tree, your back's against it, hunting off the ground, your gun is already at your shoulder. It's propped up on your knee. Your hands are free.
So
if you're hunting with your wife or your kids or with your buddy, the gun's not laying across your lap pointing at your buddy's head.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
so if you've got both your guns pointing away from you,
Sure.
if you're right-handed, the gun's
You got to.
you've got to switch hands and get it up to your shoulder.
Right.
And that movement will get you busted.
You
most
better
of the time.
believe it.
So, I mean, we're proud to say that, we're the only retailer in the Birmingham market that's carrying his hands-free vest. There's a lot of vests out there, and, a vest is a vest is a vest. No, it's not.
Yeah.
You come by, you look at the vest, you understand the technology that's in it and what it's doing and it will do for the turkey hunter.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That is awesome.
I mean, not only that, it's a turkey hunter can use it, but once you get past between turkey season and deer season is predator hunting season.
Sure.
So the eyes of a turkey, almost similar to the eyes of a predator, your coyotes, your bobcats.
Absolutely.
And those guys, they have to be able to address and mount the gun. If it's already on your shoulder, that initial shot is easier.
Yeah, no
Yes, sir.
doubt. Well, that's great news. Let's run here to Wayne right quick. Wayne's got a question about shotgun shells. Hey, Wayne.
How you doing? Seemed like I read or heard somewhere about some new type shotgun shells with either a few heavier shot or either a slug that was deadly up to 400 feet. Now, am I just imagining that, or they got a shotgun shell like that?
400 feet.
A slug? Well,
That's a pretty good reach.
the term
That's
heavy
what I was
shot
thinking
is
for a shotgun.
right now. A lot of the shot manufacturers, there are great ones out there. They're all coming with heavier, like a tungsten or a copper plated. So you're able to shoot a smaller shot size that weighs heavier, but you're also able to get more shot within the shell. And they're doing stacked loads. They'll do a 2, a 5, and a 7 together, or they'll do a 4, 5, and 6, or a 3, 4, and 5. So you're getting heavier shot, larger shot size for a further shot than you're getting smaller ones for an up close. What most people don't realize is that once a bird gets in on top of you, your pattern is about the size of an orange, and you're trying to hit something the size of the palm of your hand. So there's a margin of error closer the bird is as far as further it is.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Well, I was thinking about along the lines of coyotes, because I've got some crossing my property 400 or 500 feet from me, and about 3 weeks ago I had 2 across the front yard.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason I was asking about that. I appreciate it.
Sure,
All
no
right,
problem.
Wayne. Thank you,
Thanks,
buddy.
Wayne.
See you later. So a lot has changed in the art of shotgun shells.
It's almost there's the great choke tubes is the difference maker.
Okay.
One thing that you need to realize in Russell that they'll verify this and from their experiences, over constricting your shot, it can be the worst thing you can do, because they think the tighter the constriction, the tighter the pattern's going to be. The shot is round, and as it comes down the barrel, if you over constrict it, it's going to flatten the sides of it.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to knuckle.
Change the way it trajectory.
It's going to change how it flies.
Yeah, I guess
It's
so.
like in the backyard, playing wiffle ball, and you make them throw it and it whiffles, or you want it to, You want the shot string is the length of the shot as it comes out the barrel. You want it just to slowly come off the wad, which is encased the shot.
Well, all right, Russell Senior. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
You and I are old school folk. You know, he's talking about drinking Monsters this morning. I was going to go get him a cup of coffee. He said, "No, thank you. I'll take a Monster if you got one." I'm
Yes,
like,
sir.
"What are you talking about? What's a Monster?" But did you ever load your own shotgun shells for your hunting pleasures, or were you always buying?
I pretty much
manufactured
bought
stuff?
shells most of the time. I've never been much of a
A
reloader.
loader?
Yes, sir. And with the technology they got nowadays with these choke tubes, they're so tightly constricted, it's very easy to, in close range, to miss a turkey there. You better be aiming that thing with a squirrel bead.
Yeah, you better have it on him.
Really?
Back
Yeah.
in the day, we always, I killed a many a turkey in my day with just a plain full choke barrel, but things of technology so advanced now that you can shoot one way out there these days.
So you got the aim-out shotgun now, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's exactly right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
where y'all started talking about scopes on shotguns. I thought you was crazy. Oh, you just pointed in that general direction, pull the trigger till you hear something hit the ground. We'll be right back. You're listening to Guys on Superstation 101. We got also the Russell Knight, Junior and Senior. Mr. Senior, first to you. When did you have Junior in the woods first?
Oh, just out of diapers.
Did you?
Yeah, I've been taking him since he was probably about 4 years old.
And so you just, Junior, I guess you just went after it right out of the gate, huh?
Yes, sir.
So you loved it.
I did. I spent a lot of time trying to keep up with him. He's so leggy.
Yeah. He does have them long legs. I bet
Yes.
he can move through the woods. can't
Oh, son, like a ninja. Let me tell you.
he? He's a ninja hunter.
Yes, sir.
But you had your little legs just to going, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes,
But
scrambling.
what? Let me just see how that went. Now, how old? You think he was what? 7 years old?
Oh, yeah, I started him out. First time I brought a turkey in, and he saw that turkey in the back of my truck, was absolutely mesmerized by it, and I knew right then he was the one to carry the torch on there, so to speak, in
Nice.
in the hunting.
How did that feel to take something that you enjoy so greatly and to be able to share that with your son? I mean, and then you've made a lifetime worth of memories.
Absolutely, it's all been a godsend and a blessing. You know, not only have we spent a lot of quality time in the woods together, we've met just a lot of incredible people over the years, and it's really made us a very close bond there between father and son that very few people get to enjoy this day and time. Things are so
Amen.
busy and the hustle and bustle, so it's all been a godsend and a blessing there, and how things have evolved for us. I couldn't be more thankful.
Because that's really what we enjoy sharing our
That is so
passions,
awesome.
right? You know,
Sure.
for some it's college football.
Yeah.
For others, it's maybe a love of cars and car repair, that
Sure,
kind of thing.
sure.
It could be sharing your faith. It could be a variety of these things that we love, but to be able to share it with the people we love most,
Absolutely.
it's just awesome. So, what has it been for you as a son to share this with your dad and to get to know him in ways that many sons and daughters don't get to have a shared hobby and interest
Yes, sir.
with dad? Had to be pretty amazing.
It's awesome. You know, he's my best friend, and like he said, he's been taking me, you know, since I was 4, pretty much. But it's really neat. You learn a lot about a person. I spend a lot of time. I'm a freelance videographer and also co-host 2 different shows. But when you spend that much time with a person, tree stand, turkey woods, you learn a lot about them. You know, and him and I are on the same page when it comes to videoing and hunting and stuff. We know what the other one's thinking, and very, very blessed, very thankful for the father I have. You know, it's kept me out of a lot of trouble being in the woods all the
Yeah,
time.
I was going to speak to that because I'm thinking,
Yes,
you know, there are a lot of people listening right now
Mhm.
that maybe there's a father-son that maybe have some sort of rift going on, or maybe there's just some static in between them. But you know, turkey hunting is one of those things that they could, if you don't have any experience, starting together
Yeah.
at a baseline of don't know anything could be a really
Absolutely.
good adventure,
Oh,
could it not?
gosh.
Yes.
It's been a blast.
And you think, would you recommend somebody going on like a, you know, a hunt with some trained people and see how it's done,
Yes, sir, for sure.
you know, a few times to kind of learn the ropes before they actually pick up their gun and go themselves?
Well, there's no substitute for experience, but you know, having that guide along with you, you know, to prevent you from making those mistakes that a rookie would make. You know,
Yeah, like me running that turkey about.
exactly. Yeah,
I thought I could get my gun up, man.
Now,
you needed a
I was
vest,
gonna- I was
hands-free
going to
vest.
sneak it up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
now I've got to know to you, Russell Knight Sr.
Yes, sir.
To see your face light up when you were talking about the difference between turkey season and deer season.
Yeah.
What is it about turkey hunting that is so spectacular compared to other forms?
Well, it's just so exhilarating because you can actually call the bird in. You know, anytime you can call a something to you, it makes it about 10 times more fun. Whereas deer hunting, you know, it's consists of a lot of scouting and preparation, and then pretty much a waiting game. But turkey hunting, you can actually make things happen. So
Yeah,
that's what
well, you know,
so exciting about it.
I'm wondering if it's kin to. I remember the very first time I went quail hunting with a dog.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that overall feeling of this dog working this field, man, and finding them birds and pointing and all that, it was like exhilarating because I'd never been on anything like that, and I was like, man, you talking about team. A hunter teamed up with a canine is a deadly little situation for varmints,
Yeah,
right?
that's how it used to survive back in the day. you
No
know.
doubt. So I can't wait. I'm gonna have to get into some turkey hunting.
Man.
I can see that coming.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's addictive.
It's very addictive. You go one time, you're pretty much addicted to it for the rest of your life.
Hearing the first one gobble, when you get one to gobble back to you,
Yeah, and you actually start talking to him because I was interested. Russell Jr., you said something in a break that I thought was very interesting. He said, you know, turkeys. A lot of people don't realize they have a wide vocabulary.
Very extensive.
And I'm like, really? I thought they just. I thought it was just like, come over here, little girl. Come over here, little girl. Hey, girl, come over here, girl. You know, I thought that was it, but they talk smack to each other and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, hens get excited, you know, during the spring and even during the fall. But they'll fight back and forth. You know, vocalize back and forth, tell each other to get
the
their
turkeys
young.
fight it out over, like, if there are a couple of big bearded turks, and there's a couple of hens around. Those get a little competitive.
It does.
Those,
It does. Yes.
Those gobblers start going after each other. Or?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right now, that's what they're doing. They're establishing dominance and who's the boss and who's not, and they're kind of separating.
Okay.
You know.
So
going
once it's
separate ways.
established, the others just kind of hold
Yes,
back.
sir.
Yeah.
They got no choice.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's got to be fun stuff.
Now, what are these shows that you occasionally host? Tell us about them and how we can find those for viewing.
Well, I just got brought. I've been a guest host on Night and Hale's Ultimate Hunting that airs on the Outdoor Channel, but they just recently brought me on as a co-host with Joe Thomas, and Moultrie's the Hit List with Andy Morgan and Chad Ritter. Dad and I are actually been brought on as a team for that as well, so that airs on the Outdoor Channel as well.
A bunch of jerks, bunch of handsome devils. We were talking about that today.
I know,
See,
right?
our buddy Jim has a dentist.
Yeah.
Who looks like an Adonis.
Oh, yeah.
He's talented in his practice. He's successful. We hate him. So you guys have found this thing that you love. You get to share it, father and son. You two nice fellas, handsome fellas. Can't stand it. Now you got this TV show going on. This is awesome. So we get a chance to come meet you guys and see you as part of this event on Friday.
on Friday, March the 6th from 11 to 2. Like I mentioned, the pro staff members from Night and Hale, factory reps from Moultrie, Cold Blue, Summit Tree Stands,
Nice.
the night team, and even, Eddie Salter said he was
Seems
going
like
to
I
be
heard
there.
something about barbecue.
And, of course, hey, if it's a cold day and you press for time, my friend Tony at Fultondale Full Moon Barbecue, he's going to be serving up barbecue drinks and chips for everybody. So
That's
if you're pressed for time or if you're trying to seal a sales call, bring the buyer by and feed him lunch on us, talk turkey, and sign the contract for a big deal with
That's
somebody.
a great idea. It's 11 to 2 this Friday.
11 to 2 this Friday.
And Knight Jr., Russell Knight Jr., and Russell Knight Sr. will be there.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
And
Can
wow.
I just tell you, if I was handsome like these fellas, I'm not wearing camouflage. You better forget it. I don't have like a spotlight on me. Look at me. I'm here. I'm not disguising this. I'm not hiding. I'm just putting that out there. So we're happy to have them with us here. Grabow Outdoors. Our number, if you'd like to check in, got a question, got a comment, talking turkey today, 941-1011. As for Grabow Outdoors, we hope that you'll go by and see them today. Open 9 until 6, Monday through Saturday. They're in Fultondale, easy to find right off of the interstate. We're talking I-65, exit 265B.
Just look up on the hill.
Up there on the hill.
You can't miss it.
You've seen it. You've driven past it. You've mistaken it for something else. But
Yes.
now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know. So get out there and go see them. You can find them online, GrabowOutdoors.com. We'll take your calls at 941-1011 when we return.
Having some fun in the studio. We got Grabow Outdoors. We got David South, of course, Director of Operations there at Grabow Outdoors. We got Russell Knight Sr., Russell Knight Jr. We've been talking a little turkey. You're welcome to call in at 941-1011.
We're going to get geared up like American Sniper.
Did you see that?
vest?
That's bad boy right there.
That's bad man.
I gotta
right
have
there.
one. I gotta have
That's
one.
awesome.
I hate to get the vest before I kill a turkey. I assume you may have to kill a turkey before you get the vest.
To understand it, yeah.
I've killed a turkey
To do some-
before,
to-
actually. Not
Really?
when I was turkey hunting, but just got lucky turkey hunting.
Yes.
where-
Well, that's us most of the time.
yeah, I just got lucky.
About
One just
99%
run up
luck.
on me when I was hunting something else, and I
Yeah.
could reach way on out there, if you know what I'm saying. Let's go to Dusty. Dusty's on line 3. Hey, Dusty.
Hey fellas. I just want to ask the guy. I had a guy give me a Matthews Switchback XT and a Matthews LX. I just wanted to ask the guy's opinion on those two bows and just see what he thinks about them. Because I've never owned a Matthews, so I don't know, what I actually got.
Matthews, great bow. I mean, there's nothing negative to say about a Matthews. They're a great company, have great products. A bow just comes down to a personal preference. It's kind of like a release, a fishing rod, or a reel, or a gun. It's what feels best in your hand and what you like. Some people like a single cam. Some people like a dual cam. Some people like a cam and a half. It's just, I kind of equate it to, if you're going to buy a car, you're going to buy a bow, you want to shoot them. If you go to the car lot, drive the car before you sign the dotted line.
Yeah, be a
if you
good
come
idea.
to a bow shop or a pro shop like at Grabow's, shoot what we have, see what feels best for you. But if you were given 2 bows from Matthews, you did well.
Yeah, yes, sir. What is it? What's a price range to have them restrung? Shop?
That's what we call a super tune. It's we do a custom string in the colors of your choice. Labor, parts, installation, and paper tuning. It's $120.
Okay.
That's cable and
I
string.
appreciate it. I'll probably bring them to you.
Sure. Look forward to seeing you.
Thank you, Dusty. Appreciate the phone call there, buddy. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm just so happy that I'm going to get in a new sport, turkey hunting. And I've had people around me that have turkey hunted, but they were always so, I don't know. What is it? Y'all are a little snobby. Can I go ahead and say it? I don't know. They just didn't hunt anything else. It's like they were turkey
They
hunters.
found the thing.
And that's all they did.
They found their
It's
thing.
like I say, hey, don't you want to go shoot some dove over there? Nah, waiting on turkey season.
When you
That's
found
right.
the thing,
Come
that's
on.
what you do, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, they do. It seems to be very addictive because the turkey
Very.
hunters that I've known, that's all they did.
Yep.
They didn't even deer hunt anymore.
Yeah.
And so I've got a friend that did that recently. He was a bass fisherman. Now he's gotten into this bow fishing.
Yes.
That's all he does. He
That's-
won't go bass fishing. He goes bow fishing. I'm like, wow, okay. Well, you can only shoot like carp and gar, and
I tell you right now, I get that cool vest. I'm not doing anything else.
That
I
vest
get
is
that
cool.
vest.
that's all you really
There
need.
you go.
That's a pretty cool
Talking
thing.
about changing your profile, Russell.
No doubt
I mean,
about it,
I'm
right?
serious. You get put a little bit of this
Well,
on
would
the
that
eye,
be good? It's
put a
going to
little-
happen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I got this little tiny car out there I call my motorized vest.
Yeah,
I
put
need
that
a
vest-
real vest.
Yeah.
I need a man vest.
Yes,
I need that thing. What's that thing called?
The hands-free hunting vest.
That's awesome.
This is the new elite model. we
That is
have
a
here.
shot of testosterone that I would welcome. That is
That's right.
fantastic. I
And
just
y'all-
want to walk around Can I just walk around the radio station when wearing that?
Yes.
Just put that thing on me right now.
And available at Grabow's. You guys came
Yes,
up
sir.
with this concept, huh?
Yes, sir. Dad and I invented this. We've been working on it, pushing 11 years now, perfecting it and getting everything where it fits most turkey hunters'
That is
needs.
a cool vest.
Vest wise, and
So I'm going to go ahead and I guess I'll have to kill a turkey first. Is it bad?
It may fit most of their needs, but does it fit most turkey hunters? Kind of just,
Is it one size fits
As a
all? or you
big
got
fella, or
the,
do
you
you
got the
got-
triple X large versions?
it's a one size fits most, but it'll pretty much
One
fit.
size fits most.
It'll pretty much fit.
Put that on the tag.
Yes, exactly.
El Grande.
Super grande.
Yeah, we've had it on anybody from probably 95 pounds up to a 375-pound man. So it's
Okay,
a
well,
gonna be
see,
lot of adjustment.
It's gonna be tight.
we're kind of in there.
That's good. We're close enough.
So-
Close enough.
That is
I'll
awesome.
suck
So
it in.
This Friday, you guys are going to be at Grabow's. You're going to be talking turkey. You're going
Yes,
to be answering questions from people. They can come out and meet and greet you guys, see this vest for themselves.
Mhm.
And I tell you what, that's an impressive vest. And I can tell you, having that gun in the right position, that's got to really change the sport.
It
I mean,
is.
It's
As
gotta
David
be.
Hale said, it is a game changer.
Because, I mean, I guess it's a lot easier to work certain calls versus others, right?
Yes.
And the mouth call, I assume, is maybe a technique that takes years of practice, and
Yes, sir.
because you can run things away just as quick as you can call them up.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And so you don't just go out there and do your practicing out there in the field, right?
No.
No.
So, but working what do we call that type of
That
call?
this is a pot call here. It's called as a scarlet fever. It's actually a crystal call, but
Okay, so that's a two-hand
that's
operation.
yes, sir.
Yes.
And so when you got to operate that, having that vest changes the ball game.
Yes,
doesn't it?
sir.
Can we hear a little bit of that?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Let's break out
I'm
some
not,
of that
I'm not
crystal
the best in the
call
world,
there.
but it does. I ain't Eddie Salter, but
That is awesome.
That's so cool.
it's amazing. With that friction, sounds just like a turkey.
Yeah, and that's that's just a round glass top on there.
Pretty much, yes, sir.
And what is that rod made of there?
That is made of. I'm not sure what kind of wood that's made of. This striker,
But it's just
particular
wood.
striker.
It's a
Yes, sir.
wooden striker.
And so that must be a little tiny turkey you got hiding in there. So
That's what it is.
that's
Yeah,
like
little
inside there.
tiny
It's like a
turkey.
miniaturized turkey. He like hides in that dish. Is that how that works?
Yeah. And
Let
you
me hear
knock
it
on the
again.
door.
So then you knock on the door,
Exactly.
and he hears it. So you use that little wooden stick,
And
and the
she
little
talks
turkey
back.
talks. Okay, now I understand. I see how that works.
That is
That's
awesome.
very
Let's go to Vernon. Vernon's on line 3. Hey, Vernon.
Hey, man, how you doing?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, just calling in and talk a little bit of hunting talk with you. Now, ain't it funny about that when you get ready to hunt turkey, or before you get ready to hunt them, you can see them jokers sitting out, man, just seem like any and everywhere. But the first day of hunting season, it's like wherever you seen them roosting, they ain't roosting there no more. They ain't nowhere to be found. It's
Yeah.
like they disappear off the face of the earth.
They know what day it is.
I mean, there ain't no doubt about it. But and if you're being made by one, like what he's talking about, like if you shooting with a gun or you own a bow or whatever, you got to pick it up. It's like when you know you've been made and they know that you've been made, it's like they look at you and they're like, "You pointing that at me? You gonna shoot at me?
Yeah.
Come on now."
Yeah, they get out of there fast.
They get the move
yeah,
on.
man, it's an art that when it comes to people that really like it and love it, that like you say, it's a one-man sport, and they ain't really trying to go nowhere else with it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to dive into it, I think. It sounds like, I like the thoughts of that, especially now
A
that
lot
they
of
got that.
fun, though.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yes.
fun. I've done quite a bit myself, but I hadn't been here within the last year or so, but I intend on going.
We'll try to go to Grabow's this Friday, meet the Russell Jr. and Senior there. And
Yeah, man, I like to do that. I like to see that dance because that is interesting. Like they say, you get your hands off.
Yes,
You
sir.
ain't got no clear connection with the gun or the bow. You
Exactly.
go to root for it. You already done messed up more than likely that you might get made. So,
yeah, you got to
Absolutely.
go by and check this vest out, Vernon. It's
You can-
bad to the
you-
bone.
Yes, sir. You can also check it out on our website, knightshuntingproducts.com. Grabows carries it, and Bucket of Bows Archery carries it in the Fort Payne area as well.
Thank
Well,
you,
that's
Vernon. I
awesome,
appreciate you, buddy.
all right, man. Good to talk with y'all again. Y'all have a good one.
Take care, man.
Hey, if you guys have enjoyed our conversation with the guys from Grabow Outdoors, go and see them this Friday, 11 to 2, or find them online. They've got a Facebook page, Twitter, YouTube. It's all there. Get started at GrabowOutdoors.com. Looking forward to Friday.
Look forward to seeing you.
That's
Also,
pretty
giving away 2 free shotguns Friday. Stop by, get fed, get happy. Also, rest. You may walk out with a free Remington 870 pump shotgun. Give
Hello.
away 2.
Can't beat that.
Look out.
Nice. Appreciate it, guys. We'll see you.
Appreciate you.
Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love.